What's up, Ranger fans? PR Mayhem back with a brand new video, and I've got a new for sale video today. Before I get started, if you're interested in either one of these items, please contact me via the PR Mayhem Facebook page, or if you're interested in any of the existing items I already have for sale on this channel, again, please private message me through the PR Mayhem Facebook page. It's the quickest way to get hold of me, as I'm not on YouTube very often. I mainly do it to upload videos, and then I link those to my Facebook page. Now, I've recently had a lot of issues with getting my Black and Mighty Morphin Power Ranger / Kyoryu Sentai Zyuranger Mammoth Ranger cosplay finished. I ordered this helmet from Legacy Concepts in July of 2016. It showed up about 2 months ago, and it showed up in very poor condition. After being given the runaround about the helmet for a long time, nearly a year, by John from Legacy Concepts, he kept giving me excuse after excuse. It's finished, it needs to be shipped, we don't have your postal address, even though I'd given it to him weeks prior. He said he didn't see it. Then he said, oh, he took off some tape and some of the painter chips, so he had to repaint it, when he didn't actually repaint the whole thing. He only dabbed a little bit of paint over the area, although that contradicted what he said originally, saying that my helmet was finished and ready to ship. So, story after story. Anyway, I got the helmet, I wasn't happy with it. I contacted him. He said he's really sorry, but if he was sorry, why would he ship out this thing? And he'd have to give me a refund if I sent him back the helmet. I said, I'm not sending you back the helmet without money up front. I want half the money that I paid for it, and I'll ship it back, because that would mean that I'd have to pay for the postage out of my own money, and then, quite frankly, I'd be concerned that he would then just block me, and then I'd have no helmet or no refund. So he agreed to pay me half the money, and then I'd send it over. And then when he received it, he'd pay me the other half. So weeks go by, and he gives me excuse after excuse not having the money. And then he contacted me saying he's got some of the money, not the half that he had originally agreed, and said if he sends me that and I send the helmet over, then he'll give me the rest of the money when he has it. Or I could have the proposed refund that he mentioned, lower than the half that I'd asked for, and just keep the helmet and resell it. So that's the option I went with. Since airing my grievances on Ranger Board and Facebook Rangers and Rangers, Traders, Buyers and Sellers, and the Ranger Store, and UK Power Rangers and PR UK, and everywhere else, he has since ceased doing trading. He's no longer taking new orders, because ever since I spoke out, a lot of people have been coming out of the woodworks with their horror stories. There's currently a 9-page Ranger Board thread dedicated to issues that they've had with Legacy Concepts. So he's no longer taking orders. In one way, it's a shame, but in another way, I'm quite frankly very, very glad, because of the poor product he's putting out in the recent years, which is a kind of shame, because he used to be very good, but the number of issues people have had with him is just horrendous. He's at that point now where I don't think there's any redeeming for his quality of work, and his contact, yeah, may be good. It says he's got excellent response times, because he'll get back to you saying, I'll get back to you soon. He doesn't actually give you any context to what he's saying, or any promises of updates on your helmets. So this one is currently for sale. It is finished. It's got the stunt visor. This is a stunt cast helmet. It's being sold for well under half price of a usually quality finished stunt cast helmet. There are issues with it, which is why it's half price. And then I've got this one here, which is a screencast helmet kit. Now this one is going to need a lot of work in comparison to this one. With this one, you can have it as it is, because from far away, it looks pretty good. I'll show you in the close-ups what I'm talking about, though, because I like being very honest with my sales. I'm not going to screw anyone over, unlike some other people. I'll let you know the defects. This one is a kit. It's a rough kit, so it's going to need a lot of work, some sanding, some Bondo work perhaps. Then it'll need to be cut and finished. So you've got this one here, which I mentioned, is just under half price of what you'd normally get for a finished helmet. This one is quite a rare kit. So if you're interested in either of these, please private message me through PR Mayhem on Facebook. So what I'll do now is I'll give you a rundown of each helmet. I'll show you the defects in this one. This one, actually, the cast itself is very good. It's just the paintwork that's bad. So what you will need to do is you will need to strip the paint off and repaint it. It won't, however, need any Bondo or sanding work that this one will. So this one's clearly just strip and repaint, or remove this section if you wanted a plexi visor with plastic. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to jump into this one, and I'll give you the details on that one. So here is the Legacy Concepts finished Stuntcast Black Ranger. Now, as you can probably see here, there is a lot of bubbles going on here on the paint. It's not very smooth at all. You've got the lines here, which some are thick, some are thin, so it's inconsistent. If I go around to this side, you've got dirt and scrapes going along here. You've got bubbling here. If you look just here, you can see the outline of where he's bubble wrapped it, and it hasn't quite been dried out yet. You've got smudges there. Like I said, the actual helmet itself, the kit form, the sculpt is absolutely fine. It's just the paintwork that's shoddy. You've got some bubbling around the mouth as well. Like I said, it's a shame what happened to Legacy Concepts, how it went down in quality, but after all the horror stories, it was time for them to shut up shop. This could be done a little bit smoother. Here you see the bubbling on the paint from where the hinge is covered up, or where there was a chip at least. Sorry. As you'll notice that there is no clasps. This is magnetized, so it literally opens up, and I'll try and do it here. So it opens up like this, and then closes with magnets, and then you have to yank it open in order to get it off your head. So no fidgeting around with the clasps, which is always awkward with photos. There you see the visor holes. And there you see some of the dripping of the paintwork. And some seeping up here as well. There you go. See how the black is seeping into the white lines there. So there's the Mammoth Range kit. Oh, sorry, the Stunt Mammoth completed helmet. So, as I said, the helmet itself is absolutely fine. It's just the paintwork that's bad. So, if you know what you're doing, you can strip it and repaint it, no problem. It shouldn't take particularly long. It's just a quick paintwork. If you're not comfortable with doing that, however, you're more than welcome to purchase this, and I will send it to whichever helmet finisher you'd like. So, for example, if you were to purchase this from me, I can then forward it on to the likes of Wibbly Wobbly FX, Erica 101, Sean Bennett, otherwise known as That Ranger Girl, who has started doing helmets again. So if you want to purchase it from me and keep it like this, that's no problem, because from far away, for display purposes, it looks absolutely fine. If you want it more pristine for cosplaying and things like that, you can purchase it from me and I can either send it to you and have it sent on to someone else, or you can purchase it from me and I'll send it straight on to them. Entirely your call. So now I'm going to get on to the screencast kit. As mentioned, the kit here does need a lot of work. It's not a finished kit or finished helmet like that one over there. So there are bumps and stuff, so you can see up here it will need some sanding and stuff. It's uneven in places, but most kits usually require a little bit of work. So you've got the depth and the detailing on the eyes, horns going down the side, real nice depth and sharpness to the trunk on the front, and you've got little spots here, almost look like teeth marks, that would need to be either sanded out or bonded over, and little things like that. I actually got this from That Green Ranger Girl quite some time ago. So it's a rough kit, but it's very, very detailed. So if you're interested in this one, again, private message me on Facebook, and I can, much like the other one, if you purchase it from me, I'll send it straight to you. Alternatively, if you purchase it from me, I can have it sent to someone else to finish for you, like That Ranger Girl, Wibbly Wobbly FX, or anyone like that. So if you're interested in either of these helmets, let's get the other one over here. If you're interested in purchasing the finished but potentially would need a repaint stunt cast, or if you would like the screencast kit, please private message me and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Talk to you guys soon.